over the last 10 years, Barloworld, in terms of market performance, hasn't been doing very well. And that necessitated that we say, what is it that could we do differently? For us to win would require to have a team. And hence, it was very important that people don't think about winning in their respective divisions, but they win collectively as a team. And then that's how we came about Team Barloworld and One Barloworld.
The strategic review was necessary because we needed to find a way of ensuring that we are creating and maximizing shareholder value.
While Barloworld was well managed, its returns over the years had been well below the target levels that we had set.
I think over the last couple of months, a lot of people, were filled with that uncertainty, largely due to the change that has been taking place, where, we had to let go of people, we have to divest out of certain businesses. And I know that is not a very comfortable space for most of our employees. I understand that, unfortunate as that is, it is very important for us to embrace the change and ensure that the change that's coming is going to be for good for all of us.
Having engaged with the HR executive team and some of the line managers within our HR, I do understand that a whole lot of us are very uncomfortable with where we are. I do, however, want to say that it is business unusual times. As I have said to my team, we are fixing a plane in full flight. And therefore, we have to be comfortable in being uncomfortable.
This is a team sport. And in any team, there's got to be leaders. Leaders have got to be able to chair. Leaders have got to be able to guide. Leaders have got to be able to coach. And it is in that spirit that not one single individual is more important than the others, that we're collectively all important in this game.
The key drivers from an HR perspective are talent management, remuneration and reward, and performance management. Why talent management? Because as I've said, we're creating a group talent from grades 15 and up, where Group Exco is starting to understand and intimately know its talent, where Group Exco will identify where we need to be developing our people and how, where Group Exco will be saying what is the succession planning of the individuals that we have around the room.
What we're offering out as part of the change in the organization is a high-performing team and with a high-performing culture. And I think all of us want to be in an organization that wins. So what does winning look like? From your own perspective, it means getting well rewarded for delivering on the value that you've created, providing growth opportunities within your existing businesses and in new businesses going forward. And that gives you the opportunity to grow as an individual, to develop your skills, and to achieve something greater than you probably thought was possible when you started out your career with Barloworld.
When you have leaders that are innovative, they allow people to be innovative. They're not scared of being challenged. They're not scared of people challenging how we've done things previously. Because we cannot do the same things that we've done and hope to be where we want to be. Some of the things have to change, and we need our global leaders to embrace the change.
I think what is very key in terms of our strategy, we've identified 4 key areas for us to deliver on. The first one is to fix the underlying businesses that are underperforming in terms of return on invested capital. Secondly is to optimize those businesses that we believe have got a potential to achieve their returns way above hurdle rates. Thirdly is also to begin to focus on growing the business, because once you've released the capital, it'll be very important to allocate that capital to growth. But you won't be able to achieve that growth unless you start changing your management style and your business model. And our model is that of being an active shareholder, that we get involved in every aspect that's going to be able to drive value for this company.
We have identified that talent is key to us in delivering on the strategy. And hence, we have focused now on talent, where the different divisions, were doing their own talent management. We're picking it up and saying there's a group talent management that's happening, that's led by the CEO with Group Exco, and this we are going to be very focused on talent.
We have decided to introduce return on invested capital as the financial measurement within Barloworld, and the target that we have set for ROIC is 13%. Going forward, businesses that do not achieve the 13% ROIC will not be allocated fresh capital.
Going forward, the centre and the group executive will take a much stronger role in defining the strategy for the group, selecting the opportunities for growth, and allocate resources to the highest value at stake opportunities that face the group, and that those may be counter to what the businesses believe we should be doing, but that will be the role that the centre takes going forward.
At the personal level, it is about self-reward. You know, that there's going to be something in terms of growth, you know, because if you work for a company that's not growing, you're not likely to grow yourself. But more importantly, also making a change in terms of your wealth, that you could be able to maximize your wealth as a shareholder of this company. But I think more importantly is for us, all of us working for Barloworld, to leave personal legacies and say, I once worked for that great company.
High-performing teams are by their very nature dishomogeneous. And that is key to our strategy, that we have teams around us that are high-performing, that are dishomogeneous. And so in looking at that, we're looking at diversity and embracing diversity as Barloworld. And we're talking about diversity of gender, diversity of race, age, sexuality, religion, however you can dissect.
Financial success for me and for Barloworld would mean all businesses generating a return on invested capital of greater than 13%. It would also mean the Barloworld Group earning a return on equity in excess of 15%. I think from a free cash flow perspective, success would be earning free cash, which is before dividends, at least equal to the net profit after tax for the year.
What we need out of the global leaders are to be fans of the strategy and to support it and to drive a positive message back into the organization that reminds everybody that we've got a clear strategy that has been well thought out and that has the support of the senior leadership team to enable us to deliver on it over the coming years.
Once you believe in winning, you start changing your behavior. And any top player or sports person is about performance, is working hard all the time and being competitive.
So the key issues that we have changed as far as reward and remuneration are concerned are the short-term incentives. One, we have very clear, succinct matrices that we're using, and they're perfectly aligned to the strategy. Two, as with the group talent, we're creating a group incentive. And we only do that once certain thresholds are met in terms of the financial performance of the group. Three, we've looked at the caps, the short-term incentive caps that we align to people. We've actually broadened that, which means that our people can make more money. The more we deliver, the more money they will make. However, it requires them to do more, to give us more. In terms of the long-term incentives, where previously our long-term incentives were really around retention, we've changed that around. And so the portion will be still for retention, but a large portion has to have performance conditions linked to it.
From an individual's perspective, it'll be great to have an organization that truly supports a One Barloworld team and that comes to work with a sense of purpose and leaves with a sense of achievement every single day.
I'm truly asking that us as leaders decide to be positive, decide to embrace the change, and decide each and every day that we actually want to be at Barloworld. We don't have to be here. We must want it.
You know, if one were just to cast one's eye into the future, you know, what I envision the Barloworld, 8 years from today, I see a Barloworld that's represented globally in different, countries. I see Barloworld that's highly regarded. You go to universities, you tell people you're working for Barloworld. They say, I too want to work for Barloworld. And I want to see the market saying, buy Barloworld shares because it's great value. I would like to see pensioners saying, we are actually, earning returns or annuities from Barloworld. That's a Barloworld that I like to see. A Barloworld that makes a world of difference to communities where we work, in the countries where we operate, to people that work for us. And that's the Barloworld I'd like to see 8 years from today. Defy limits.
Defy limits.
Rise as one.
And rise as one.
Вместе мы совершим невозможное.